I think the Premier League got to where it is today by being the most competitive league. So I hope there's a bit more sensibility in regulating. Always a balanced approach is good from all the leagues, be it in England or the rest of Europe. I think you won't see the same level as we've seen in the past years because of the level of regulations that have come to place over the last 12 months.
Is it likely then that there'll be fewer cash deals and more swaps or player plus cash? Or?
No, even that, because there's also been a lot of restrictions now put in place on swaps and loans. So even that is now much more restricted. So I think the level of maneuverability that was in place before that allowed teams to do what they were able to do in the past, I think is much more restricted this year, and that's going to be reflected, I believe, this summer.
So this week's seen a lot of discussion about player overload, and it's a subject that's been going on really all season. Do you think we are asking too much of our players in relation to the number of games they're being asked to play?
So I'd like regulators to focus more on that. So I think at the end of the day, my message here is let's focus on the mental health, let's focus on the physical health of our players. I think that is very important, rather than spending so much time on regulatory issues that are just kind of slow down the growth of the game.
I have to ask, has anything changed in the last 12 months with regard to the charges brought by the Premier League? Are you still frustrated? And how much of an impact has the constant referencing of them had on you and the club?
Yeah, of course it's frustrating. I think the reference is always frustrating. Having it being talked about the way it's being talked about. I can feel, of course, for our fan base, for everyone associated with the club, to have these charges constantly referenced. I think we, as a club, have to respect that there's a process that we have to go through, and we're going through it. It's taking longer than what anyone hoped for, but it is what it is. And I've always repeated that in every interview I've done with you, Chris, is let's be judged by the facts and not by claims and counterclaims.